Selim fenig bulleud Agaller geilwacht is naketas lad Martan merlig Nedem no gemin Saran
Here we are in West Cork, near Castletown, Beara, a beautiful place called Waterfall, and I'm here with Murt O'Sullivan, and we're going to talk about making ridges, making lazy beds, the old-fashioned way. We're going to look in a minute at Paddy's beautiful garden and a perfect example of the ridges, potato ridges, and in a minute we're going to look closely at the tools involved in making these ridges.
I have here a good example of what a spade looks like as it would have come out of the factory. Now, we forget about the rust part, but it's still in good nick type of thing, a little clean up, and it's a perfect example of what a spade looked like. And here is, again, the same type of spade, worn down with work and toil, as we say, and there it is set with a handle and what we call a step. In some parts of the country, up Mayo, Galway, etc., they would call this a lie, but we call it a spade, and the spade consists of a good iron blade. They call this the blade, the handle, and this the step. The handle was usually made of maybe ash, and the little step of willow. My dad, Murt O'Sullivan, was a carpenter stroke handyman, and he put in spades for people around the part here, around Waterfall. And what he used to do was he'd go out in the fall of the year and he'd mark out a few nice ones. He'd say, that'll make a nice step for a spade, and he'd have a few of them inside in the outhouse seasoning maybe for 3 or 4 months, and come the spring he'd have them ready for setting in the spades for people.
I called to see Michael because I was having a problem. The problem I had was this spade for digging ridges was very delicately put together, let's put it that way. It wasn't robust enough for the job by a long shot. This was a badly put together spade. But I heard that Michael could do it the old way. And in fact, I saw a spade that he put together and I was massively impressed. And Michael was very good to volunteer to put a spade together in the old way, without nails, without any bracing of any kind, just the piece of steel, a handle and a step. Just to explain here, Michael has already pre-cut the handle. This is what we call a shop handle, but in Michael's, I suppose, when you were young, Michael, and in your father's time, they would have cut their own handle. But
they would, yeah, they'd have made their own handles out of ash tree or something. Cut it, yeah, they would.
And they'd probably squared off the end, yeah?
That's right.
A bit like that. But we'll say this was shop bought, like the shop bread, and but Michael has very, very neatly shaped it for this particular spade, which is a spare one that I had, and yeah, you show us how to put it together now, man.
We'll put it.
Now, take it from me that if I was to try to do this, or anybody without Michael's experience and probably seeing his father at it, this would take a very long time indeed. Well, see, it almost defies logic in a way that, unlike a modern shovel, you know, the wood isn't completely enclosed by the steel. It's actually very, very tightly gripped by by each side of the
That's right,
flange,
That's right.
or whatever. Now, if you were not a good craftsman like Michael and his people before him, you would probably have resorted to drilling a few holes in the side to hold the wood to the steel.
It's fairly tight now.
Now that's getting there, as Michael
that's
as Michael
getting
puts
there,
it.
It's almost there. To see how tight that is now. That
Sure.
won't-
Yeah.
That won't.
I'd say if we had soil to dig now, Michael, we could actually use this as a working
Oh, you
model.
could, yeah.
Yeah. And just to go back to the one that was badly put together,
Yes.
if you were a total amateur, this is the way this would look, and this is probably the way it would behave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's.
Put together by a fooleen like me, it wouldn't even last the 5 minutes. It didn't last 5 seconds. Put together in the expert way, like so, it will almost last a lifetime. The whole secret behind these types of spade. This is only one type, of course, the one that's most commonly used
That's right.
on the Beara Peninsula. But when it's put together properly, it's a precision tool. There's nothing like it, and but particularly for the purpose of
That's right,
cutting
yeah.
ban and turning sods
Turning
to
shots,
make to make
ridges,
ridges.
yeah, anything. But that was really, I don't know when the bus started, but that was the old spade, like. And that is very good noise because you can see it's very firm, Jim. Don't know.
God, there's a bounce in it.
Yeah.
You showed me a nice little thing yesterday, Michael, about testing the steel.
Oh,
With a hammer.
Yes.
Yeah. We have the hammer there.
We have the hammer, yeah.
No, you test that now, and you tell us what happens.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see now you got steel in that, Jim. Yeah, you see that. Because you got
How do you know you have steel in that now?
with the ring out of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
If it had a different sound, it would tell you what. If it had a different sound, it would be
If it had a data sound like there wouldn't be any steel.
to be iron,
Yeah, it would be just iron, but
which would wear a lot.
a lot faster. Yeah.
So when you your father or your father's people would say were at a fair long ago and they wanted to buy a new spade, they
That's
they
right.
put it to this test,
Yeah,
the sound test. Yeah.
That's right.
And what about your own older
I
spade?
just see now. Yeah, there was a bit. Yeah.
That's almost singing to you now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's telling you that.
It is, yeah, singing. Yeah, that's right. It's like music. Too.
So the old forge men long ago, when they were making a spade, they weren't going to slip one over on the farmer, were they?
No.
He wanted steel,
No.
not
They wanted steel.
not
Yeah.
not iron. Okay. We're talking about these tiny little bits of wood, which Michael calls the step. This is where you place your foot.
Step, yeah.
This is the step.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
for your foot. Yeah.
Now there's a lot to these steps. They're not just pieces of wood you pick up off the ground and put a bit of shape in and slip
Yeah.
them in.
Probably like, which there's see that now. If it was up straight, like just an ordinary piece of timber,
Yeah.
just that much. That ear wouldn't be on it. Like, see.
Oh, the ear.
Yeah.
I'm
the ear,
sorry,
yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, that's all right, yeah.
My fault
That's
entirely.
grand, that's
Michael,
grand, yeah.
forgive me.
Yeah.
Michael was talking about the ear being
Yeah.
the amount of the step
Yeah,
that projected.
all
Now,
ear, yeah.
that's a wonderful looking step because
Yeah, that's
it really is the width of a foot.
It is, yeah.
And-
That's right. It is.
It strikes me, Michael, that your father would have been looking for maybe a particular turn of a branch that had a good knot in it. No?
Yeah, because this could during the carving down or the making of the step, this could
Split.
if it was.
I heard sometimes, Michael, that it was the practice, we'll say, before you started the season, before you started, we'll say, digging very early in the spring, that you'd put the whole spade maybe to steep in the barrel, maybe
yes.
up to
Right.
that depth.
That's
yeah?
right. Yeah, that's quite right.
Did you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did. If there was terribly dry weather or something, the spades were in like.
Yeah.
They
Oh, the
just
spades were under cover, you see, for the
inside,
winter.
yeah. But they
Yeah.
just take it out and they do that like. That's still a bit loose and they take it to the stream like or some barrel.
A stream or a barrel of
Yeah.
water,
Put
and
it in, yeah.
and the idea was to
Yeah, what they call it would swell up then like and tighten.
swell up and tighten. Ready. In fact, I can't hold Michael back any longer. He's just rearing to go. He's cutting into the ban or the lay, and he's turning the first sod. Well done, Michael. Well done. I think the work actually, our you demonstration speaks for itself. How the bone was left, and it will emerge what the bone what the bone is all about.
Well, the bone is for, yeah.
But first of all, Michael is going to cut the ground.
This is the bone now. See, here this is your bone, right? So we'll just.
You're turning the first sod of the second ridge.
Yeah, that's right.
And in case anyone is thinking that Michael is miscalculating, he's not. There's a lot going on, Michael said. He's actually leaving that strip in the middle deliberately. Flew out on you. That's grand. Now, what's this bone all about?
Well, now this bone, and this is where this bone will have to go a half to that side and a half to that side for to make up your, see.
Half the bone goes to one side
and
half goes to the other.
To the other side.
Why?
Yeah. See, I just.
But why?
Well, that's for to make up the side of your ridge, because we say you're setting potatoes there now. You're doing 3, right?
Would you do 3 on a narrow ridge like that?
Oh, you would, yeah, 3.
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
In what pattern?
Well, you'd put, I suppose I shouldn't. You'd put one skid on there, like, well, if you didn't have the bone.
Oh, right. You wouldn't actually have, yeah.
It'd drop out, like.
But you cut the bone before you plant the potatoes, before you put in the scalloons,
yeah? Before you plant the potatoes, yeah. Right. Oh, yes, you cut the bone there. See, that's one half now, right?
Yeah.
If
I had chosen a better place, the sod would have cut a lot sharper and neater.
Yes.
But of course, I in my wisdom chose a spot that had huge nettle roots, stones, and one thing another.
No, it wasn't that.
But
very good, right?
the old people, Michael, had to work with whatever whatever was there as well,
They did, yeah.
We could do
That's
this
right.
perfect, but it's almost. I see exactly what the bone is all about, and this is the first time I've understood what the bone was about. It rounds out and seals the bottom of the turn.
Yeah.
If you can manage to cut it really neat and turn it neat,
yes,
you'd have no weeds growing out.
No, you'd have no weeds.
I'll show off it a little bit now, Michael, and I'll use my cut.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, bit of press.
Right, now we probably come to the humour part of this documentary or whatever. I'm going to have a go at making a ridge. Now I have the tool. The main tool, of course, is the spade that Michael has put together, and the other main tool I probably don't have, and that's experience. So under Michael's tutelage, I'm going to start off to turn the sods the same way as Michael was doing them. So first off, I think I have to cut into the ground, like so, and then I think you went in the middle,
Yeah,
Michael.
You
And-
go back, Jim.
What?
You haven't any bone.
Oh!
See,
Ah.
we'll leave the bone.
I'm afraid I've forgotten completely about the bone, right? After the first ridge, you have to consider the bone. You have to leave, is that right, Mike? You have to leave
Yeah,
the
you,
bone
You have to leave.
about what, 6
I
to
see.
8 inches, is it?
Well, about 4 to
4 to 6 inches.
Yeah,
I have
so-
to leave that,
Yeah.
so I have to cut or mark it. But this, I'm making a lot harder work out of this now than Michael. Michael seemed to do this an awful lot easier. And if I remember rightly, Michael, you did 3 major cuts.
Yeah.
1, 2, and then one in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you started to,
Don't go too deep now.
oh, you started to rise on that, yeah?
Lift forward now, your spade, lift forward. Yeah.
But then I think you went
Yeah,
to the outside
I did have to, yeah.
to get,
That's right.
oh yeah, and I can't go too deep, you see that?
No, don't go too deep, yeah.
And then I tried to turn it.
Now turn over.
It's not, do you know that they call this, the archaeologists call these lazy beds?
Oh yes,
I was actually I was digging or marking out or digging too deep.
Yeah.
In other words,
and the biggest
taking more than I could chew, yeah?
push forward first.
And doing more, well, I was basically doing more actions and then I was leaving myself with a big, aha,
No,
bloody piece to
no.
turn over.
Good as a plough, that is.
But anyway.
Those sides. Yeah, you.
But listen, I've only turned one sod and I'm out of breath. You see, this, I'm missing something. Michael dug a ridge in half, and he's older than I am. He smokes, and he's not out of breath. So in fact, Michael, you're actually demonstrating already the whole secret behind this, and that's economy of effort. You know, making these things with the least amount of effort. Now, so I'm going to try and do this a little bit better this time. I'll leave the bone, Michael. Yeah.
Leave the bone, yes, Jim.
I'll
Yes,
do-
That's right, yeah.
I'll do 1, 2, 3 cuts.
That's
Yeah.
plenty, yeah.
Then another cut there,
Take it short.
and then a space out, a second cut,
You're a bit far out.
and then finally the third cut. And not to go in too deep. Yeah.
No, you're,
I'm gone too deep.
no, but you have to be nearer here.
Oh yeah, but I loosen that first. Yeah. And then
Leave will be fine.
I go in from the outside again.
Yeah.
See the way I have to think of all this. Michael was doing this a second nature. Now the just the Pharaoh lifting, isn't it?
Oh, that's it. Very good.
I'm going to go smaller now this time.
Yeah, take them
Come on.
sharper, as I said, yeah, and it'll be
And on
easier.
the outside.
Yeah.
And then the one in the middle.
The one in the middle, yeah.
And go in shallower, Michael, yeah?
Yeah, go in shallow.
I was taking too,
and then
too
push,
much.
Push your spade
Loosen.
forward first, yeah.
Yeah?
That's right. You get
In at the outside.
Yeah.
Undercut it. And then hopefully she'll turn.
See now.
Oh, easier.
That's it, yes. Isn't it?
I didn't take as much. But isn't the soil kind of nice today now after the rain and everything?
Very nice, yeah.
It's like chocolate.
Yeah, it is brown side.
Nice
That's
brown
very good.
chocolate.
Brown side, yeah. Oh God, it is, yeah, lovely side. And then it's dry.
So
after the
now
rain.
I've only one more cut to go. I hope everyone appreciates now that there's been no actually cuts in the filming. I'm actually sticking it out. 1, 2, 3. 1. A door. There's a 3.
Three.
Undercut it. A little bit. Oh God, it'll turn.
Now that
1, 2. Ah!
that easier.
That's a bit easier now.
Yeah, see
I was taking off.
a bit of a practice.
No. Without a break, I'm going to try the bit of the bone.
What do you?
Now, what was it? A split?
Mash.
3, is it?
Yeah, three would be long enough to me. Yeah,
And in fairly deep, Michael, yeah?
well, about the same.
So this is now, if your spade was a bit shinier,
Yeah,
oh that's, I'll have to cut it again.
that happens.
See, because I haven't cut that properly
That
the
happens.
first time, I have to repeat. And then to turn that in against the bottom of the furrow. And this, thank God, is the last
Thank
bit
God.
I have to do today, I think.
All right. Get. See, that's turning to the left side,
I'm destroying your work, Mike.
which is hard. No,
And we're going to try something different this time. We're actually going to try and work together.
Yeah, you know. See,
Michael looks very dubious about that.
Can't do afraid.
But was it common, Michael, for two people?
What was it?
It was common, right?
Double, they call double turn. Yeah.
Double turning, right? So Michael, I suppose, would be the lead man. They always said the more experienced man took the outside, wasn't it?
Yeah, took the straight.
And the younger guy with maybe the stronger back, which is not me, but anyway, I'm tiny bit younger than Michael.
Put the man inside.
Had more of a lift.
That on the straightening. No, he did the straightening because he kept it straight.
He kept the man on the inside.
Yes, but
But the man on the outside cut it.
But he kept one shoe against that side all the way along.
Oh, right.
That's what he was told.
Now, we're going to give this a go now, but Michael is the lead man, and he has to tell me what to do. What do I do?
You just mark there now, and you put your spade down there. Then like give it. No, you put your spade down.
I mark it there,
Yeah,
and I go in there,
yeah.
and then
Post it in.
study.
We'll lose no spades. What'll happen then?
That's an awful route there, Michael. Hang on.
All right.
No, it's an awful route, is it?
Can we go over? This is something.
We had an awful route there. No, that wasn't our fault or my fault entirely.
See?
Nettles, is it? And I should be.
Yeah, you would have to have it national.
I should make 2 marks and go in once, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, we did that. We did that well. Oh,
All right.
my God, Michael, that's not too bad now at all.
When you
And I go 1, 2,
give your spade a tip forward and that when you're this way.
in the ah.
Now over.
Once, twice.
Right.
Oops, a big stone.
Got it on.
Hang on, no, we have a big stone here,
No,
mate.
I'll wait. That's I shouldn't.
Big stone.
2 grand.
I go once, twice, and in.
Grand.
I have a stone again. Jesus, you know, Michael.
One side
1, twice.
grand. No, before the evening you'll be able to do it yourself now.
Do you know what,
That's not
Mike?
bad. Huh?
That doesn't look too bad.
Oh no.
What?
No, that's very good. Huh?
No.
That's
I never saw it done before, Michael. Wasn't it, Mike, that they'd be working in competition?
Yeah, competition, yeah.
Yeah?
But they'd have to leave the fella coming down, then whatever way they said, he'd have to leave enough. And you'd be coming up for your closing, like, and
Yeah.
he'd have to leave a bone, and he'd have to come down here,
Sure.
and the other 2 coming up here, he'd have to leave, and now for those 2 for to close again, so I don't have that because I never seen only 2 together.
Only
turning,
2,
like.
yeah.
But before my time, there'd be 4 turning on 6. Like.
Oh, yeah.
It was really the way they'd go, they said.
They'd be working fast,
oh,
efficiently,
yeah, oh,
you know?
yeah.
There'd be no breaks for
Oh, no.
a couple of hours or whatever, you know?
No, over with it.
Yeah.
So now we'll. Oh yeah, man, have it on. Okay,
You were good.
you know, they're sweating.
You're grand.
With the timber.
Right, Michael is doing a little job on the ridges, breaking up the soil. He reckons the traditional name for this is hacking. He's using a very, very old implement, a mattock, and I suppose the idea is just to tidy up the top of the ridges, ready for planting the potatoes.
That's right, that's it. Right.
Ah, the day will hold out, Michael.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. It was a bad start though.
Yeah, but still.
It made a lot of rain last night.
Oh, kind of rain, didn't it?
It did.
Nobody, yeah. It's dry, nice and dry, though.
Isn't it drying fast? Yeah.
Very dry, dry, yeah, very. Yeah.
Of course. I have the spuds there somewhere. Yeah. Two in the hands, yeah?
Yeah.
In behind the spade.
Yeah.
But normally you'd be reaching into a box that you'd be dragging along with you.
That's
is it?
right, yeah.
I'll just leave you do that there for a second now. So 3 across.
3 cross I put. Will we put a 3?
Why not, yeah? As we were talking about 3.
Since you're
You're putting them about 14, a foot, 15 inches apart, Michael.
about
Yeah?
14 or 15, yeah.
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
Scalon in at the back of the spade. Yeah?
Yeah.
They have to be placed a little bit more carefully now because they have a good sprout,
Yeah, they
good
got
strong sprout on them.
Yeah, they got a spout on, see. That's how you have to be careful.
So
yeah.
you couldn't actually, in the old days, Michael, you might have had a sack around the neck
That's right.
with potatoes in it, but if
Yeah.
they had good sprouts like that,
Yeah, you got to.
you wouldn't do that because
No, you got to give them care, like.
you'd be knocking the sprouts off, and the sprouts basically give the potatoes a great start, don't they, Michael?
What it does, yeah. Oh, yeah. Be a month ahead of growth, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are perfect for the.
A potato man, they're a potato man's dream, really. I know it's the wrong time of the year and so on.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you could have your potatoes sprouted like that, we'll say down here in February, and you're
Yeah.
putting them in the ground, you'd have the earliest potatoes in Ireland
Oh, it
outside,
says-
wouldn't
yeah,
you?
that you would, yeah, that's right.
Up in Ballycotton and so on now, they actually call that chitting. Careful with the word. It's chitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they chit them in boxes, Michael. They put they
Oh, yeah.
lay out all the seed in a single row in a box.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, in a single layer.
Yeah, single layer, yeah.
With the seed end, the sprout end sticking up.
Up, yeah.
And they'd have all the boxes separated and air and light getting into them. So
All
that
right, yeah.
they developed
That's
strong
right, yeah.
in at the back. Yeah.
In at the back, yeah. And you see now, putting down here, get on, it's down on
The grass.
it's down on the grass. And
The potatoes put to rest where the
Yeah.
grass meets the grass.
that's right.
Because
Both of
that
them.
starts breaking down, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And it
and then-
turns into a compost on its own.
And then when there's rain, that says, this puts off the rain.
What puts off the rain,
puts
yeah.
off a lot of
yeah,
water,
that's
yeah.
right.
Which
Just
yeah.
The soil gets, it's warmer in the ridges, isn't it,
It
Michael?
is, yeah. So it's
And of
always
course,
said, yeah, it's warm.
In Ireland's wet climate, also
that's
the ridge,
right. That's
the
right.
ridge actually threw off the rain.
Yeah, that's right.
We have just 2 more down there.
Very good.
We have piles more inside, but we'll leave it at that. I can tidy all this up
Yeah, you can.
later
Yeah.
on, sure.
Should hopefully it'll turn out.
That's great, Michael. Now, that's we'll leave that for now, so I'll know where they.
We'll put them out.
Yeah, drawing air, Michael. That
Yeah, that's
they'd actually rot if they drew air, would
They
they?
say that, yeah.
Yeah. To demonstrate the first earthing, the first
Yeah,
earthing. Yeah.
the first thing, yeah.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be going that deep, Michael, at that stage, no?
No, you'd have that left
Yeah.
for the second.
Because you'd be thinking about the second hulting, isn't that it?
Do you see of this?
Aha.
Watch now, you
No.
you just put it very light.
Sure,
When you have that left, then you don't put no more of that up. You keep going,
sure.
and you put up another. To see.
Yeah.
That's how I think, but I didn't see. And you leave the rest there now for the next earthing,
Yeah,
and you have the second earthing ready.
sure.
See now, that's it.
That's
And
perfect, Michael, yeah.
That's
Okay,
your second
I
earthing.
understand it now.
Yeah, just see.
Yeah.
And you come along with your shovel then, and you're doing your second earthing.
But when you come along, Michael, with this shovel now, to do
Yeah.
the second earthing, you'd have to loosen it all over again, would you?
Well, you'd have, but you might need to look. Just you have that left,
Yeah.
but you might have to.
But
do-
you could be doing this maybe 4 weeks later, and if you had a lot of rain, that
Oh,
would
yeah.
that'd consolidate it again, wouldn't
be
it?
all the better if you did dig it, because that's it. Go a bit wider, like you know.
Yeah.
We'll finish that one.
It's up to you now, Michael. As
Oh,
far as
yeah.
I'm concerned,
Oh,
I'm
we-
delighted now.
Oh, we'll finish that, yeah.
But if you insist,
Yeah, we'll finish that.
if you insist, I'll try and go along. The outside.
Yeah, all right.
You go. Still forgetting to to come up, Michael.
That's a
I
nice.
come up and then
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, you
Now,
give it
it'd be
there.
lovely now if we could develop a bit of rhythm, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes you get your spade and test it, then you use the back. That's right. Just go in.
up and
That's right, yeah. That's
oh.
right.
My God, Michael, we might develop a bit of rhythm yet.
Why get you this way?
In, up,
Yeah.
and over.
Over there.
In. I have to do this for myself, is it?
Yeah, you're all right.
All to myself. Over.
Very good.
In, up,
And
over. In, ah, up. No.
Yeah, you're all right.
In, up,
And
over. Hang on.
We don't want to
Up,
No.
up to break. Over she goes.
And over.
Sorry, mate.
All right. Just had to move it. Just, I'm very much out.
There are huge roots there.
Yeah, and there.
Yeah. I think he is. That's a good sod now, isn't it?
Good shot, yeah.
Too much. That was extra long. There were huge roots there.
Huge.
I'm sorry. I actually thought this might have been a clean piece of ground,
Was
you
there
know?
any bit of pattern going in? No cottage. It's growing. No.
Actually, there was a heap of nettles there.
They usually grow like, but they die if we keep cutting them.
Sure.
But I don't know how many times. They says they go.
Haha! Good one.
Ah, thanks.
You kind of. It's nice when you feel you've done it together, Mike. Yeah?
That's right.
Like
See,
that was another good one.
That's the simplest now.
Whoops. Then a stone.
Yeah, move.
Yeah. Well, the stone really interferes with that, doesn't it?
Most people keep banging away. I've got to move like, and you'd wait for them anyway. Like, because
Sure. You'd have.
you'd have to allow.
Yeah.
It's not all plain sailing, as this is.
Oh God. What have you done?
Don't overdo your spade.
Yeah. You see, I got under the roots there.
Yeah, you see, you put undo your spade. That's why you
That's it.
That's why you go
Yeah.
up first a bit like that will break the roots. A bit of fertilizer or a bit of farm manure if you put on now, like, and then put a bit.
Would that be a good idea to put the farmyard on top now, Michael? Yeah.
It was done.
It was done, and with the weed, with the seaweed, isn't you used to call that the weed, didn't you?
Yeah, the weed. Yeah.
Would that have been put on at this stage?
I didn't know.
No.
No, it
Did you ever use
I did, but
the weed yourself?
I put it for rubber, but not in that. No.
Not in potatoes.
No, and if it got dry weather, it would really rise up and there'd be no substance in it. You'd have to have it down inside the month of November or December.
Ah, if you're going to use the
Yeah.
weed, the seaweed, you'd want to have it out on the ground in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, that's right.
No point in putting it on after.
No.
No.
But the only thing you put was farm yard manure down that had a bit of fertilizer before.
Yeah.
Before you
Maybe
would-
some well rotted stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before you start to come up with a little shake, not too much.
Yeah.
And that would be your job then. But
Because I suppose then when you came to the second earthing, you're throwing that up on top of the farmyard manure,
yeah,
and
that's
you're
right.
creating another little sandwich, if
And
you like,
covering
to
it,
feed the
yeah.
potatoes.
Yes, and it'll keep it damp as well, like the second earth.
Ah, yeah, right.
It'll keep the farmyard manure damp, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
We've done a lot in one day, Michael.
yeah.
We've gone
Well,
from
yeah,
we've gone from an absolute disgrace of a spade here that Michael
Yes,
has made
well.
into. If he was using it, would be a precision instrument.
Well.
But it's coming along. It's coming along. It's getting a shine on it,
I
developing its own edge.
Oh, it is, yeah, but I didn't give time enough at it this morning, like we got it. And
Oh, it is fine,
We
like.
wanted to get started like our work.
Sure.
You know?
But
So,
I'd
that
say
is fine.
if I had a few years with it, Michael, I might be able to imitate your style.
And it'll be, no, but it'll be a lovely spade.
Oh, it's a big good spade in time.
And that's
Yeah.
a heavy handle, but still to the right spade.
Yeah.
I feel it from my knife.
Right.
Yeah, maybe he's.
What were you saying, Michael, about the first time this is the first time that you heard of ridges being referred to as lazy beds.
Oh yes, this is the first. Well, I heard the lazy beds, but I didn't know what lazy beds were. I thought they were away in the mountain there, so my sister know. But this is the first time I heard that ridges were called lazy beds, like.
Yeah. And what do you think of them being called lazy
Oh
beds?
no, I don't approve of it at all. I don't like it one bit because that would seem that was lazy people only made them. It's not lazy people next door, like if you know.
Sure.
After the daylight, but so you've got to be a fairly fit man, like to make those. But I didn't like don't like the word at all. I don't like.
It was completely the wrong name for them, wasn't
wrong
it?
name. I
Lazy
think.
beds.
Oh yeah.
Lazy
wrong name.
beds me backside. There was
Lazy
great
beds,
skill.
That was saying that that was only lazy.
Sure.
Lazy
And you'd be a happier man to have that name changed, I'd say.
Oh, I would, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And these be called as you people, as you call them, as you
Yeah.
people call them, as your people's
Yeah.
people call them, ridges.
Ridges, yeah.
Ridges
exactly.
for potatoes.
Yeah, ridges, yeah.
In this
That's
case,
right,
anyway.
yeah. Ridges, yeah.
Iseljem fenig bulleud Agaller geilwacht is na keter lad Martan merlig ne den no game in sa